I want to talk about the law of creation, right? The law of creation. I went over the 12 laws of karma the other day, and the law of creation is you are not separate from the magic, you are the magic. And it's about using our creativity and living from a creative expression and vibration is the universe reflects back to us that frequency, right? So the universe comes through you, not to you. And I know it's like trippy and I know it's hard to kind of grasp. And I remember when I was first hearing about these things, I was like, what are you talking about? This happened and this happened and these things that were scary and hurtful and traumatic and why would I be creating that? And because we're doing things on such an unconscious level, we're not even aware of what we are doing. So now we're being given insight finally to have these kind of conversations and to start thinking about what it is that we are putting out there in our lives, and it's getting reflected back to us. So, as a creative person, I notice personally that the more I create, the more I feel good, the more my frequency and my vibration rises, and the more things come into my life that match that frequency. Different people show up, different opportunities show up, things that I may not have been ready for or were not available to me when I was in a different place in my life are now available to me because I understand now for probably the first time in my life. Now, I've been understanding this for a while, but when I finally did, for the first time in my life, that I am creating my world. It's all a reflection. Everything out there is a reflection of back to me. And everything out there for you is a reflection back to you. And if you go deep and you think about it, you think, well, that is really trippy, man. That is some trippy stuff. So, are we God consciousness creating our own realities? Is that what they mean by free will when they say you have free will? That we are all expressing ourselves as God consciousness and we're all having our own individual realities? And you may say, well, what about the other people in your life? Well, did you cast those people in your life? Did you cast them in your movie? Right? I talk about it like a movie. These actors, and maybe you've been cast in other people's movies. I mean, it's very, very deep and very, very complicated and very overlapping, and you could really go down a long rabbit hole of thought and trying to figure it out, but you don't really have to figure it out. All you have to know is that whatever you put out into the world and whatever you are vibrationally is going to show back up in your life. And being creative is a high frequency vibe. So more things that are higher frequency are going to show up in your life. And I don't mean creative in a traditional sense, like you have to be a fine artist. I mean living your life creatively. And you will find things will start to show up in your existence that bring you joy and abundance. Okay, just thought I would share.